Salem dudes, SaiyanSalamander here, and welcome to the next edition of Salem Suggests. Somehow I managed to get so ahead of schedule on making all these videos, and now I'm back to writing the script the week after I upload a video. I was trying to figure out what series to recommend for the next edition of the series, and I was thinking Megalobox, since Season 2 just recently started. But it's been way too long since I've seen Season 1, so I want to rewatch it before I write a video about it. But there is a series that's a little bit more fresh in my mind that's also getting a second season at the moment, which is Moriarty The Patriot. I'm sure plenty of people have already heard about the legendary detective Sherlock Holmes and the exploits of James Moriarty. But the interesting thing with this anime is that it switches the perspective between both characters, starting from Moriarty's perspective, but then later on shifting to a more Sherlock-centered arc. If somehow you've never heard of anything Sherlock related, let me give you a quick rundown of what the series is like. But there are many interpretations out there, so it may be slightly different from any other Sherlock material you've experienced already. The story is set in 19th century England, depicts William James Moriarty's story of how he became a criminal consultant in order to cause a revolt of the current class system in England, as well as the story of Sherlock Holmes and how he became such a world-renowned detective. Both characters have an interesting relationship with each other at the current point of the show. It seems like Moriarty constantly wishes to test Sherlock's intelligence and skills as a detective, while Sherlock finds it amusing to meet someone of similar intelligence and enjoys competing with and interacting with Moriarty. They have such a great dynamic, and it gets even better as more characters get thrown into their conversations, such as when Moriarty's brother Lewis joins with their talks. As he finds Sherlock's irritating and a bit impudent to talk with William so casually, the perspective usually switches between the two characters, with Moriarty consulting commoners who have been wronged by nobles into murdering them, whereas Sherlock is usually solving some sort of crime which has been orchestrated by Moriarty in some way. It's really nice since while Sherlock and Moriarty are clearly the stars of the show, you get some character backgrounds on the majority of the characters, as you hear more details about the rest of the Moriarty family, Watson, and all the nobles' nefarious deeds, as well as the commoners that are subjected to them too. I think it's great seeing things from a villain's perspective here, since you really understand his motive, and while you know his methods are wrong, you understand why he's doing this, and he's not just being evil for the sake of it. I'm especially excited for the new characters that are introduced in part 2 so far. From the 2 episodes I've seen, we've had 2 really cool new characters introduced, and I can't wait to see how things go from here. I'm wondering how long this current arc is going to last though, since typically in the series, story arcs are either episodic or last 2 episodes max. But with the current British Empire scandal arc, we're about to reach the 3rd episode, and I don't see it wrapping up within the next one. Moving on from the characters and the story for a second, let's move on to some other stuff like the music and the animation. Music-wise, it's really good. I wouldn't really listen to the majority of the opening and ending themes outside of watching the show, besides the Season 1 ending theme, Alpha. But even though I wouldn't really listen to it aside from watching the show, it's not like I'd skip the songs. They're pretty good and they fit the theme of the show. It's just not really banger material that I'd listen to on Spotify. And the show looks really great too. Just the art and the lighting makes the show look gorgeous. It's not really shonen type of show like Jujutsu Kaisen or Demon Slayer that has god tier animation scenes, since it's just not that genre of show, but it still looks fantastic, so no complaints here. I can't speak much about the manga at the moment, since currently I'm anime only on this series, but I do know there is 14 manga volumes of this series, and currently the anime is on its 6th volume, so the pacing is pretty quick. Sadly, I think that means it will take a little while before we get another season, unless the manga's close to finishing. Otherwise the anime is going to catch up to the manga real quick, which would be a shame. I don't really know what else to say about the series, to be honest. It's a really solid show, and if you like any kind of detective or mystery show, or you're a fan of other kinds of Sherlock Holmes content, then this is definitely the anime for you. And hey, if you're more of a reader, then check out a manga. I believe there's a free preview of the series over on Viz, so if you'd prefer to read the series rather than watch it, then give it a read and let me know how the manga is. Since, like I said, I've yet to read it as of making this video. Whether you decide to read or watch the series, or you've already watched Moriarty the Patriot before checking out this video, then please let me know what you think of the anime and the manga in the comments below. And let me know what other series I should talk about in Salem Suggests, or just series you'd recommend me down there too. If you enjoyed the video, then please give it a like, subscribe to see more content, and share this video to any of your friends that you think would enjoy Moriarty the Patriot, any of the other series I've recommended in Salem Suggests, or just the rest of the content I've made on the channel. I also have a Twitch channel if you want to see me do some live playthroughs of games like Kingdom Hearts, Fire Emblem Three Houses, and much more, which I'm usually experiencing for the first time. I also have a Discord server where I'll be linked in the description below, So if you want to watch me be bad at games or just want to hang out with the community more, then please check the links to both down below. Again, thank you so much for checking out the video, and I'll see you in the next one, my dudes. Until next time, bye.